After watching the movie which opened the path to success in Hollywood for the young French meat lover Alexander Asia, my jaw dropped firmly and for a long time. Alexander set a new word in the movie universe. He sent common sense to hell, telling us the story that towards the end stops being a story and turns into something, I don't know, like a work of art maybe.
Is so limiting and emotionally draining.
And in a bad sense, it's completely unique, just because its second half completely crosses out the first, leaving only horns and hooves. It's a film that denies itself like a snake eating its own tail.
Eating its own tail.
It's interesting that Aja never filmed such a schizophrenia movies again. His later steps in cinema somehow fit into the boundaries of a normal human reasoning, belonging to a sane person.
You have been to Switzerland?
No, I speak a little of your language. Heard if he said no, tired if heard if heard boo.
But the script for High Tension is not just crazy, it's off the chart.
I'm going out of my mind! Fuck it! The night was humid. That's it, and that's all.
There is this thing that's called cause and effect, you know? Like, for example, if you throw a rock, it's not gonna start flying to the sky, it's gonna hit the ground. And if you go somewhere, it's kind of weird if you end up right back where you started. And if you're chilling at home alone, it's a bit unsettling when suddenly your doppelganger shows up out of nowhere looking like your long-lost twin. Or you might just think you're gone crazy. It's all normal being sane. It's like the basic requirement for a normal life. Otherwise you'll be at the store trying to pay with a ripped toilet paper instead of cash. And when someone asks you what time is it, you reply, a sack of rabbits. In the film High Tension, Alexander Aja boldly declares that he's a psycho. Of course that is not true. Psychos are supposed to be getting treatment, not making movies. Surely he's just a regular person just like you and me. Maybe he was joking, conducting some kind of experiment on the audience. That's why this film is a work of art, even though with a big fat minus sign. Now brace yourself for spoilers. But wait, who cares? This carnival has more laughs than suspense. Two girls, Mary and Alexia, are cruising through France in their cute little red Peugeot. And they decide to stop at Alexia's parents' place, an old house in the middle of nowhere.
Marie, this is my Pop Marie.
Night falls, a creaky rusty Citroen van pulls up to the house, and out comes a hefty guy in a cap and a dirty jumpsuit, knocking on the door. Alexia's dad opens it, and a minute later he's completely headless. In short, the action begins. Oops. Mary and Alexia escape from the maniac hiding under the beds. Then the guy catches Alexia, ties her up and loads her into the van, presumably to take her somewhere and I don't know, to do something unpleasant. Mary is burning with a desire to save her friend and secretly sneaks into the back of the van where Alexia's hands and legs bound and has a gag in her mouth. So the whole cheerful gang is off somewhere. From bad to worse, Maria sneaks out of the gas station to make a secret call to the police. Meanwhile, a maniac right in front of her decides to chop up the gas station attendant with an axe, probably to avoid paying for the gas, of course. After that, he casually fills up and drives away. Mary tries to chase him in her sporty Ford, but the crafty maniac shoves her car off the road and it flips over. Now Mary has to engage in a life or death battle with this dude, fully aware if she doesn't take him down, he'll take her down, for sure, using a homemade club wrapped with barbed wire. She turns the maniac's face into a bloody mess. He seems dead.
Kind of leaning towards thinking he might actually be dead.
But as expected, not quite. He comes back to life, eager to slice up both girls with a chainsaw. So Marie, with some extra effort, has to finish him off for good. So you'd think it's just your run-of-the-mill horror flick, right? Nope, not even close. It's about to give you a bloody bath of common sense. The psycho doesn't exist and never did. Yep, pretty cool, huh? I find it amusing too. I'd love to ask dear Alexander how that works. Think he'll give you an answer? Not a chance. Like I said, a work of art. High Tension is probably the only movie where the director doesn't bother explaining anything. And you know why? Because there is no explanation. He probably just pulled a prank, I guess. So basically towards the end, the police agent is chilling at the gas station watching the surveillance footage. Lo and behold, there's this moment captured on camera where the maniac murders the gas station attendant. Well, here's the plot twist. Turns out that the killer is none other than our dear Mary. Quite an unexpected turn of events, right? But here's the kicker. While Shillemans in The Sixth Sense explained the mind-blowing ending in a super sane way, earning him a boatload of cash and the status of a super director, Alexander Aja in his schizophrenic slasher flick couldn't care less about explanations. He basically sneezed on the whole idea of making sense. I mean, who beheaded Papa Alexei while Mary was playing hide and seek under the bed on the second floor? Whose Citroen was that? Did it drive itself without a driver? Who was the maniac Mary chasing in a sports Ford, an empty van with an empty driver's seat perhaps? Was she beating herself up with a spike club? Whose chainsaw was it? And did it magically appear out of thin air? Why did the gas station attendant act like he saw the maniac and Marie separately, not as one person? Asking these questions is as pointless as looking for a needle in a haystack. No answers there. It's not a movie, it's the traditional sense, just pure psychopathy with zero traces of logic. The idea was actually pretty good. I mean, you could have played it out in a cooler way. For example, Marie committing murders but later having no recollection of them, and various weird things happening that eventually make sense in the light of a shocking final. Check out the masterpiece film Angel's Heart with Mickey Rourke, by the way. But no, Mr. Aja intentionally made about half of what's going on in the movie impossible to grasp in the context of said final. It remains totally mysterious to the average human mind. They introduced the psycho in a van right from the start, engaging in some X-rated activities with a chopped off head, no less. Meanwhile, Mary, who's supposed to be the psycho, is casually cruising in her Peugeot with Alexia, having a peaceful chat about this and that. So Aja makes it crystal clear that Mary is not the psycho. The real psycho is out there driving an old Citroen, sporting a cap pulled down low and having intimate moments with the severed heads. Mary can't be him, and he certainly can't be Mary, no way. It's like a unique place where parallels playfully intersect, and the shortest path between points is anything but straight. Simply put, it's a total nonsense. I'm telling you, it's schizophrenic. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Like if you liked it, subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment. And see you in the next episode.